Sibile, you're chasing a story. There's nothing like a national election to have your name dragged through the mud. What do you got?
There's a movement afoot on the Upper West Side by residents who live in buildings with the Trump name to have that name removed on Riverside Boulevard. So I chased this to one of those buildings called Trump Place at 220 Riverside Boulevard, and I met with one of the residents, Don Reiss. He actually has the same name, Donald, and says that it used to be a good name, but now it's been kind of troublesome.
Oh, it even affected his first name.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
It's been troublesome for him to even have the first name Donald.
He no longer goes by the Donald, huh?
So Don Reiss is a Hillary supporter, and he has no intention of moving out of his building.
This is the Upper West Side you're dealing with, and there's a lot of people here who are strongly Democratic. Obama carried this area, so there will be disinterest in having that name in front of you all the time, whether he wins or loses. At the same time, I don't think it's enough to make people pack up their belongings and leave.
Trump Place is a very luxurious building. I visited Don's apartment. It's worth about $1 million, and it's just a one-bedroom. So these people really care about the value of their property. And Don explained that's really what it comes down to. Neighbors are concerned that if Trump were to lose the election, the value of their property could go down, and they don't want to lose money. Don told me that he spoke to one of his neighbors who's a Trump supporter and said, so why are you supporting Trump?
I said, well, who are you voting for? Because it was clear he was voting for Trump. He said, voting for Trump. And I said, and why is that? He says, I want to see the value of my apartment go up. And I said, you're voting your wallet rather than your conscience? And frankly, I walked away because there's not much conversation you can have with somebody who thinks that narrowly.
I was able to obtain exclusively this letter that the board sent to residents, discouraging them to pursue this attempt to remove Trump's name, because they said that their estimates is that it would cost about $1 million to do that. And once residents living in a building like that hear $1 million, never mind.
They had opinions until it cost them a couple bucks.
Right. Then they're like, no,
I don't have that strong an opinion.
Kidding.
One neighbor said, well, we can simplify all of that if we just cross the T off and call it Rump Place. Which I thought was rather funny, but in any event.
Right. Right.
Look, these people are living in a building of the next president of the United States, in my opinion. But on another note, are we all forgetting? Whoa. Are we all forgetting here that Trump is also a verb, regardless of whether he wins or whether he loses, or Donald Trump? To trump someone is actually always a positive thing. So let's focus on, and that's exactly what happened to Sibile when they built these buildings. I remember when they built these buildings, the Trump Towers, and the people behind them were trumped because their views were blocked, and they were not very happy. So regardless of the presidential outcome, and regardless of Donald Trump, the verb itself means you are winning in life.
I used to go to Trump Towers all the time for drinks, and I would never step foot in there again because the association with that building makes me want to vomit. Like, it's terrible. Terrible.
So who are you supporting?
You guys crack me up.
I'm with her.
Anyway.
I think everyone's been trumped.
I'll keep you in suspense.